This is KLBK's The Blitz, Friday night high school football, sponsored by Sonic.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the second half of the Blitz. Now on some top 10 six-man action as the number 6 Anton Bulldogs taking on the number 10 Klondike Cougars. As it's right there, it's Sergio Champion, handoff to Gage Garcia. He's going to find pay dirt to make it a 14-12 ball game. Klondike with the lead. Still in the first, Cougars ball. Colby Pepper with the flip pass to Joshua Mendez, and he's going to take it all the way for the score. All gas no breaks. Cougars extend their lead 22-12. Now over to the second quarter now. Klondike ball, first play of this possession. Handoff to number 4, Creed Warren. He's all gas, no brakes. They just keep on going. No one's stopping him. He's going to make it a 28-12 ball game. Final score, Klondike's going to take this one over the Bulldogs 69-54. More six-man action here is number 1, Motley County taking on number 9, Jayton and Idalou. Second quarter, Matadors up 34-12 with 2:39 left. It's a handoff to Jake Richards, and he's going to take it again. All gas, no brakes. He's going to find pay dirt and extend the Matadors lead, and fans will be excited about that. With little less than 2 minutes left in the first half, Jayton's turn now. The ball's going to be tipped and intercepted by Matadors number 15, Kason Deegan. He's going to bring it back the other way. Touchdown Matadors. Matadors will go up 44-8. Now to finish off the quarter, it's going to be kickoff from the Matadors to the Jaybirds, and the ball is loose. The ball's going everywhere, and the Matadors are going to recover it, and that will result in the game-winning touchdown to call the game at half, and the Matadors are going to beat the Jaybirds 60-8. Now some full-screen graphics for you. Number 6, Roosevelt taking on Brady. They get the win and improve to 13-0, winning 50-14. Snyder taking on Salina, and Salina's gonna win 46-6. And finally, we're gonna have a close one here, and Happy's gonna get the win just over Valley 38-36. Now this game right now is still going into the fourth quarter, and Kingdom Prep is gonna lead. Is going to lead 32-34 over Fort Worth Covenant Classic, and then we're moving to tomorrow. This game at 2 p.m. is set semifinal game with Lubbock Christian and Trinity Christian, and we'll have all those highlights for you tomorrow night at 6 and 10. Now joining me again this week is EverythingLubbock.com's Phil Mayer. Phil, thank you again for being here. I love how you just come. It's like a weekly tradition now.
Well, now people have to see my face just more than once a week.
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit about the Baylor Bears. You know, what is going on? What is like the thing for you? We know Baylor's defense is very, very good. So what does Texas Tech's offense really need to do in order to get that offensive production going?
I think they really need to establish a running game, because when you have a young quarterback like Donovan Smith against a defense this good, we saw against Oklahoma State how tough it can be when you're facing a 3rd and 10 every time. So I think they need to give the ball to Sir Roderick Thompson, Taj Brooks, these running backs, get Smith at least in some 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 situations where you can open up the playbook to include some shorter throws, and then also have the defense have to worry about the running game instead of just selling out to stop the pass on 3rd down.
Yeah, exactly. They're favored, like you said, giving up less than 20 points per game. That's what makes their defense so good. But Donovan Smith, he had a tough game against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. What does Texas Tech need to do to make his life a little bit easier, maybe for him to run a little bit, get some movement out of the pocket?
Again, I think it's creating those 3rd and manageables, like I said, with establishing the run. If you do get those guys going downhill with Sir Roderick Thompson, Taj Brooks, make the defense worry about that run game. That always does more to open up some pass plays with a guy like Eric Ezukama, who's so dangerous. If you can't commit as many defenders to stopping the pass, that does a lot to free up routes for Ezukama and make Smith's life easier.
This Bears running attack features 2 productive backs in Abram Smith and Tristan Ebner. What makes these guys fit so well together? Because it's kind of like a revolving door of really stud Big 12 running backs.
Oh, no doubt, yeah. But what makes this duo so special is that their games complement each other so well in sort of different ways. In Abram Smith, you have a classic, bigger, downhill sort of runner. He's going to find the hole, he's going to hit it, and he's going to run through everyone in his path. And we've seen how effective that can be this year. The guy's averaging 6.8 yards per carry, which is a ridiculously efficient number. Then in Ebner, you have a guy who's really proven himself the last couple of years in Big 12 play, a little more shifty, can make you miss, can catch passes out of the backfield. They even put him back there for some kickoffs, and he's taken one back to the house this year.
All right, Jerry Bohannon went out of the last week's game with an injury. You know, he can run, he can throw. So what's Baylor's quarterback situation tomorrow?
it's still unknown for now. Like you said, Bohannon had that injury, so we'll have to see if he's out there. They had the freshman Blake Shapen come in for him, and he played pretty well in that Baylor win over Kansas State. But regardless of who's back there, I think Texas Tech is really going to have to, put some pressure on them, make their life difficult. If it's Bohannon, you have a guy who's banged up, might not be able to escape the pocket as easily and make some of those tough throws with defenders in his face. And then Shapen, the best way to rattle a young quarterback is by putting some pressure in his face and making him make some tough decisions, quick decisions.
And whether it's a young quarterback or someone who's banged up, Texas Tech is going to get some pressure on him. So how do you see that pass rush facing off against the Baylor offensive line?
Well, hopefully for Texas Tech's sake, they do get some pressure on him, but it won't be easy against this Baylor front. I just listed off those numbers to you about the running backs. You don't do that unless your offensive linemen are blocking well for you. And then they've been just as good protecting the passer. They've only given up 11 sacks this year, which is obviously a really good number. But we've seen guys like Tyree Wilson have some big games. Maybe Keith Patterson dials up some blitzes. But, yeah, going to be big for Texas Tech to get some pressure on the QBs.
Sounds good. And this will kick off tomorrow at 11 a.m. Thanks for giving us a scoop, Phil.